Hey everyone, it's Greg, and welcome back to another Dice Throne Talk. Today we're going to be talking about what to buy first for Dice Throne. You may be seeing it online, trying to figure out whether or not you want to go all in on it or not. You may be playing with friends or family members, and you want to get more into the game, into the community itself. And this is what this video is for, is to guide you through the process of my recommendations of what to buy first for Dice Throne and Dice Throne Adventures. I've got a cheat sheet here, so I may be referring to it every so often. But first off, number one thing to buy first, if you're brand new to the game, you haven't played any Dice Throne at all, is to buy a 2-character starter pack. So that may be Barbarian versus the Moon Elf, or it could be the Samurai versus the Gunslinger. I would recommend one of those 2 boxes first. The reason why, it's only $25 and they are low level complexity. That does not mean that they're not good or they're not as good as other characters. In fact, the Barbarian, I would argue, as one of the stronger heavy hitters of the game. The reason why is it's a low complexity of rolling the dice. You can use the card modifiers to your advantage to mess with your opponent and still hit plenty hard with some healing. Low complexity overall. The Moon Elf, fantastic character, extremely strong, very defensive. And it's just cheap overall for just $25. The reason why is because if you decide to get the Season 1 rerolled box, that is $89 on the Dice Throne shop right now. So if you're not sure whether or not you want to get into it, I would recommend that. And then if you go, okay, I love this game, I want to get more characters, I want to keep on expanding on it, you have 2 options. The first option is to continue to buy the 2-pack character heroes. You can go in chronological order, box 1, 2, 3, 4 of season 1, and then go box 1, 2, 3, 4 in season 2. Or if you see any characters that you go like, oh, I really want to play the Vampire Lord, that looks really awesome, I like vampires a lot, then you get that box. It doesn't really matter overall. There's different complexity levels. I would recommend, if you're new to the game, staying away from the Cursed Pirate and the Artificer. The reason why is they're high complexity. However, they are extremely good as well. And if you just want to dive right into it because you like the pirate theme, then get the pirate theme. So that's not a big deal. However, if you go that route, that'll be, if you get all of season 1, that'll be $100. Meanwhile, if you decide to get the battle chest, that'll be $89. Now, you could always get a 2-character box for $25, and if you love it, you go, okay, I want to get all of it. You can still get the battle chest for $89, and you're not going to be down those first $25, even though you can get those 2 characters again. The reason why is you can do mirror matches. If you decide to get in Dice Throne Adventures, you can play as maybe 2 barbarians, 2 moon elves, or whatever character pack you get. So you're not going to be losing out on that money. You could also as well try to expand the community, and maybe if you love the game and you know someone else, friends and family members, that would enjoy it as well, you can gift them that box. Meanwhile, you still have your battle chest with all 8 characters, and then you can gift someone else, and then it just keeps on going that way. So just moving it forward, giving it forward. I would recommend as well, if you decide to get really into the game, you're going to do a whole lot of shuffling. Cards are going to be used a lot. If you're a person that wants to protect their cards, I would get card sleeves. You can get the card sleeves at the Dice Throne shop that are specific to each character. They're well done card sleeves. They've held up nicely for me overall. I've used and abused them quite a bit. I haven't had any broken yet. However, if you want to go for a cheaper option, I went with Sleeve Kings as well. And the dimensions is 57.5 by 89 millimeter. That's 57.5 by 89 millimeter. Clear plastic. It was a few bucks for $110. Or I'm sorry, 110 sleeves, not $110. And that's a really nice way to just protect your card sleeves overall. They now all have the same backing on the cards as well. So if you decide to go with the clear sleeves, you're not going to have any problems with it at all. Next up, so we had the first one is buying the 2-pack character set, and then the next purchase was the battle chest. And now the third purchase I would recommend if you want to get into co-op is to buy Dice Throne Adventures. And maybe you don't want to do co-op, but maybe you want to do solo play. You like to play a lot of those games by yourself. It's more of a dungeon crawl, but they call it a portal crawl because you go through these different portals or tiles. It is $75 right now, and I would highly recommend it. It is a ton of fun. It is challenging, can be brutal, but at the same time, when you beat those bosses, beat those portal crawls, you get a lot of life in you. They don't take terribly long, about 45 minutes to an hour to play those games. If you're playing just regular Dice Throne one-on-one, that can last 20 to 40 minutes depending on your characters and how you play. I would highly recommend that, as well as if you get Dice Throne Adventures, there's a couple add-ons as well I would recommend to enhance your gaming experience. One of those would be a playmat. I have the minimalist playmat. This is just the Dice Throne logo. It was $20 on the Dice Throne shop. I believe I got it as a Kickstarter, and I'm very happy that I did. The reason why is because I put the tile mats or the tiles from Dice Throne Adventures onto the playmat. It fits perfectly, as well as, sorry, I'm messing with the playmat here. If I can get it to not roll off, perfect. The tiles go perfectly on it. It fits nicely. I can put 2, maybe 3 minions on it as well with their health dials, CP dials, the gold dial. And that way I'm not damaging the components of the game. I'm not ruining the table itself. It's easy to pick up with the neoprene mats. The neoprene mats are extremely nice overall. I like the minimalist because it can kind of go with anyone rather than get a specific hero overall. I would highly recommend that. Another add-on to the Dice Throne Adventures purchase would be a dice tray. I've got the Dice Throne Adventures logo on it that I bought. I think it was also $20. You can also get another dice tray that has the Mad King on it as well. The reason why is you're going to be rolling a lot of dice, and those dice may be rolling off the table, rolling into stuff, rolling too far. It's nice to have the dice in one specific area. Highly recommend a dice tray, dice tower, whatever it may be for that. Lastly, I would highly recommend more card sleeves. The reason why is because the loot cards, the boss cards, whatever it may be shuffled a whole ton. You're going to be exchanging cards between the loot cards and the your decks quite a bit. So I would highly recommend protecting your cards as well. I had to stop playing because I realized I was playing so much with it that there was starting to show a little bit of wear. So I had to get the Sleeve Kings is what I got just to protect the cards quite a bit. So recap is 2 character boxes, battle chest, Dice Throne Adventures, and now the next one, if you're really enjoying it, buy your other battle box. It may be Season 1 rerolled, or it may be Season 2. The difference between Season 2 and Season 1 rerolled is hardly anything now. There was Season 1 that you can't really find anymore. You can find it on Amazon for $150. The difference between Season 1 and Season 1 rerolled is the cosmetics. They wanted to make the boards and the cards the same as Season 2. And then they also added 2 additional characters to it, the Treant and the Ninja. So those are the only differences. Highly recommend the rerolled over the Season 1 original, only because the components are the same, unless you're a big collector like myself that really needs to have it. However, I got it a couple years ago when it was $40 or $50, and now it's much more than that. So now it just kind of sits in a protected area and not getting played too much. Lastly here is the promo packs. You can go to your Dice Throne shop and see promo packs for Season 1, Season 2, and Dice Throne Adventures. Highly, highly, highly recommend getting all 3 of them. They improve the gameplay experience quite a bit. For Dice Throne Adventures, it's adding more minions to it, especially a level 4 minion. There's not too many in the game. There's enough to keep it fresh. However, if you can add any additional minions to it, they have nice rewards as well. The Loot Goblin is in there. He's always really fun to go against. I highly recommend getting those promo cards. Season 1 and Season 2 promo cards are one card specific to each character. Lets you roll a d6 for 0 CP, and if you roll a 6-sided die, you get a nice special effect. Otherwise, you just draw a card. Really nice overall, highly recommend it. So those are my main purchases I would go to get for Dice Throne. However, there is more. And these are more cosmetic or fluff stuff to improve your gameplay experience overall, but definitely not needed. But if you want to go all in, this is what I would recommend. One of them are the miniatures. Now you can get the unpainted or the painted miniatures. This is what I got from the Kickstarter, painted. The reason why I'm not a very great painter overall. So I got the painted ones. The difference is $10. If you're big on painting your own characters and your miniatures, go ahead and get the unpainted ones. It's fantastic. Now Dice Throne Adventures does come with standees, which is good as well. But if you want to improve that cosmetic aesthetic, go ahead and get the miniatures. It is not needed for Dice Throne 1-on-1, 2-on-2, King of the Hill, anything like that. It's only needed for Dice Throne Adventures to guide you through the portal crawl. Next are the Playmats. They're $20 a piece. You have like Season 1 Playmat, Season 2 Playmat, the Fallen Bosses with the Mad King, the Minimalist, and then you also have one playmat for each character. The reason why these are more a cosmetic piece is because you do not need these at all for Dice Throne Adventures or 1-on-1, 2-on-2 gameplay. It's mainly just to enhance the look of the table, to better protect your boards and your cards to pick them up from the table, but overall not needed, and in fact would be very costly if you decided to buy all of them. I wish that they added the actual board to the mats, because that would then cause me to want to buy a whole lot of them or all of them. The reason why is because I think it would look fantastic if they actually had the player or the character boards printed into the mats themselves. I think that would just look phenomenal overall. So there's a hint for something I will be looking forward to in the future if they decided to do that or not. Next are the D20 dice. There's a couple different options you can go with. You can go to your local game store online, just buy D20 dice for each of your characters, probably a whole lot cheaper. And you can get them color coordinated with your heroes as well. You can also go to the Dice Throne shop. There's 4 different types of D20s that you can buy. And then this is the White Howlet. Now this one die was $30. So if you were to buy 1 die of each color, it would be $120 for 4 dice. When I initially purchased this, I thought it was going to be 4 dice because when you get Dice Throne Adventures, you get 4 gold color dice, D20s. So I thought you were going to get 4 of these for 30. It's 1 for 30. Definitely not needed. Purely cosmetic, based on if you're a dice person or not, and you want to roll a different die than everyone else. Has a good weight to it, looks fantastic. We'll definitely be using it because I paid a lot of money for this die, but not something I would want to get or need to get right away. There's also a carrying bag for $10 on the Dice Throne shop. If you're a person that has Season 1 rerolled, Season 2 Battle Chest, Dice Throne Adventures, Playmats, all this other stuff, that may be something that you want to get. For me, myself, I'm able to carry it all, just towered up and good to go. But if you want to better protect, better carry them, you can. It's only $10. It didn't look extremely sturdy to me, but I don't have one in my hand, so I can't say yay or nay whether or not it holds up to that amount of weight that those 3 boxes are going to have as well. And they will be coming out with Season 3, the more expansions, what have you. So I don't know if it would even fit all of those as well. Something that's just to help you carry them is all it is. There's also shirts. I've yet to get the shirt. The reason why is because I don't know which character I want to get. I don't want to feel biased because I love all of the characters, and I'm hard to say I'm good for one overall. I would be, I guess, more partial towards maybe the Paladin, and also the Barbarian, just because he hits like a truck, which is fantastic. But the Cursed Pirate has, the double-sided board. Artificer has the bots. Like, I can just go on and on and on. I just love the different characters overall. But you can get those shirts to help support Dice Throne, Roxley Games, which I would highly recommend you doing as well. Lastly, there's posters. They are a limited number of them. I believe there's only 100, and they are signed by Manny. The first one was the Shadow Thief. That's no longer out. Next is the Pyromancer, and currently at the time of this recording is the Paladin. I currently don't have any of them. I would like to get one. I just can't pull the trigger yet. It's just pure aesthetic still. I could replace it with my Battletech poster. Just kind of change up the theme of the game room overall. I think they look fantastic. I love Manny's art, and I will definitely get one, at least one. Just not sure which one I want to get yet. So those are the different items that you can get. Those were all cosmetics overall. If you are more of a digital person, maybe you live far away from your friends or family members that want to play it, you can get Tabletop Simulator as well for $20. A lot of times it's half off for $10. Play Dice Throne Adventures online for free, and you can play that way as well. So overall, those are the items I would recommend purchasing. Let me know in the comments below whether or not you're a person that's been playing Dice Throne Adventures a lot or Dice Throne a lot. If you would switch anything up, add anything, drop anything, whatever it may be. I think, though, personally, you should, if you're brand new to the game, start slow. Make sure that you're into the game or not. I can't imagine that you're not. The Dice Throne, I love Dice Throne overall. It's a fantastic game. They can be really quick games. A lot of suspense to it, adrenaline rush, you could say, almost. And then buying a battle chest, buying Dice Throne Adventures, buy another battle chest, because it'll take you a long time to get through those characters if you're playing Dice Throne Adventures, especially by yourself. But the amount of characters that you can play for each battle chest and going against each other is fantastic. So that is my what to buy for Dice Throne Adventures and Dice Throne. Appreciate you stopping by, and make sure you drop a like and hit subscribe if you haven't already to see more Dice Throne. We'll see you.